Yo, I hope everyone's doing well. Today, I'm going to be going through... Today's my setup video, pretty much. I'm going to be going through every single thing in my setup, kind of explaining more about it, and the way it works overall. I've had a lot of people ask, and so I thought, you know what? I might as well do it. And I changed my setup a lot, so it's going to be kind of interesting for you guys to have to see what equipment I use, how I use it, and the way it all works together. So, let's get started with the monitors. Okay, so with my monitors, I have 3 different monitors. They are all 21.5 inch and 60 hertz. Pretty much, they get the job done in anything I need them to, and they're all hanging off of one bracket. My left one mainly uses OBS and what I view chat and the stream on. My middle one has most of the time the game on it. So that'll be what the main display is, and the left one will normally have Discord and say YouTube Studio or Chrome. Overall though, they are useful monitors. I do want to try and get some upgrades to maybe 120 Hz, especially for the gaming one in the future, but for now they get the job done in what I need them to. So to start off with the peripherals, my first thing is my keyboard. This is a custom 60% keyboard with custom keycaps on top. It's fully RGB and also has Bluetooth mode if needed. I don't really use Bluetooth only because it does have a little bit of delay, but overall it is a good keyboard. It does, you know, it feels nice. It's got blue switches, which I personally prefer. They are a little bit loud, but at the same time they still sound nice and they still feel good when gaming. So this is actually the main mouse which I use. It is the Logitech G305. Personally, I find this mouse very easy to grip, and so I do prefer it. It is also extremely light, which makes it a lot easier for just maneuvering and overall use. Having a lighter mouse for me has always been something that I personally find easier to use. You also have a second mouse, which is the Logitech G604. This is one that I mainly have for backup. But it is a lot bigger. It's got the 6 buttons on the side, and it's got a scroll wheel which like infinitely scrolls. I'm not quite sure of the exact name for that, but overall it is, like I said, a lot bigger of a mouse compared to the other one, but it's still nice to have as a backup just in case something goes wrong. So on the topic of peripherals, I guess we'll talk about my headphones. The headphones I use are the HyperX Cloud Stinger Cores. I've had these for about 6 months now, and they sound really good. They're also extremely comfortable with the more of the foam kind of earmuff things, but they also have a 7.1 surround sound built in, which personally I don't use because it does sound very, very weird with using YouTube and things like that, and they allowed me to I don't know, they allow me to have long time use without having the worry of being uncomfortable with using them or anything like that. Okay, so onto the audio section of the setup. I have one mixer. It's a Behringer 502 USB, I believe. It's actually really, really good. I don't fully know how to use it, so I am kind of scared of messing it up. But it attaches with the microphone. I have a Rode M3 podcast microphone, which just attaches to it via the aux cable, or the audio cable. It's not technically an aux, but you know what I mean. Overall, it's a really good microphone. I have it on a stand, which attaches to my windowsill, and it just plugs into the mixer, which then plugs into my PC via USB 3. The mic sounds really, really good, and overall is a very, very good quality microphone for the price. I will say I have used a Blue Yeti in the past. I had a Blue Yeti Nano, I believe. I think that's the name. If not, I'll put it on the screen. But it was a very good microphone. The filters were just very, very hard to get right because it's all around audio. So overall, it does take a lot of tuning in order to sound as well as this one does. Final thing that I will mention is my UMC 22. This is kind of like an external output, which I can plug headphones or say a guitar into if I needed to. It's pretty much just an audio dock for me to plug things into. So it's kind of what I use on the side compared to you know, if I didn't want to plug my headphones directly into my PC, I would use that, and then that would go straight into my PC via USB 3. I used to use it a lot, but I do get a little bit better quality by plugging it in straight into my PC, so that's what I'm tending to do at the moment. So the final piece of my audio set, which I will mention, is my speakers. These didn't really cost a lot. They were probably about 30 UK pound off Amazon. I just use them for either listening to music or watching YouTube off stream, because sometimes it's nice to not have headphones on and just, you know, chill with the speakers, or I use them for editing at times whenever need be. But these are like the main things which, you know, I use. I don't really, it's either these or headphones for my audio part. But yeah. The one thing I also wanted to talk about is my stream decks. So I own 2 different stream decks. One is a 15 key one and one is a 6 key. They're actually really useful. When I first bought them, I wasn't too sure on what I'd use them for. They were just kind of something that I wanted to have because like every streamer has them. But the more I've used them, the more I've kind of realized that they are extremely useful. Whether it's just a certain like muting on Discord, swapping a scene on Streamlabs, you know, loads of different things you can use it for. And personally, I love having them. Plus you can customize the logos and stuff and just make them a lot more personalized. Only issue is the price. They are very expensive for what they are, but overall, if you're a streamer looking to get one, I definitely recommend it. So along with the stream decks, I guess we can talk about my camera here. I'm gonna be honest, my camera is just from Amazon. It's one that I picked up off Amazon. It honestly wasn't that expensive. It's 60 FPS, 1080p, and it gets the job done. Maybe if I was doing like a full face cam, it wouldn't look as good, but since in my streams, my webcam's just in the bottom corner, whether it's on my face or my desk, it honestly does the job. And for the price, I just couldn't go wrong with it. Okay, so now onto my PC and my PC specs. I'm gonna be honest, ignore the cable management, okay? I've never been someone who focuses on cable management. I prefer productivity over looks. However, I did clean out my cable management. I did. In this clip you're about to see, that was my cable management before I decided to use some cable ties and try and sort of clean everything out. My PC specs, I have my CPU is a Ryzen 5 3600, my GPU is an RTX 2060 6GB, my memory is a Corsair Vengeance memory with 24 GB of DDR4, which is way over plenty for what I need. I felt 16 was going to be good, but I'd rather have a little bit extra space, so that's why I went with 24 GB. My motherboard is a B550 Gaming X, which I believe is made by ASRock. All of these components are actually really good for what I tried to do. Obviously, video editing, streaming, and you know, just normal gaming. It can run pretty much any PC game I want it to. You know, COD, Siege, and I'm sure it'll be able to run the new Battlefield and the new COD just fine. And then I have way too many hard drives. I'll put an image on screen showing my hard drives, but I have plenty of space and stuff. So yeah, that is pretty much the end of the video. I've spoken about everything I use for streaming and making videos. Apart from things like my LED lights and my OBS setup, which I probably will go through in another video. But yeah, hope you all have enjoyed. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share it about to a friend, why not? And I will talk to you all later.